Hey there, lovely souls. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to just drop in with what has come through within working with clients today and general sense. We're on a super full moon, and full moons are generally about forgiveness, letting go, and letting go all things, so all patterns, all behaviors, all beliefs that no longer serve purpose or joy. It's been the elemental that's come through is fire and water. So I believe we're in supermoon of Aries, which may make sense to what I'm about to say. So it feels like the fire. So how fire and water can cancel each other out, and too much of one or the other will be an imbalance. So it's about finding balance, which again is always about health and well-being. So, too much water, we become damp, and too much fire, we've got inflammation and heat. Yet we need the water to keep each other balanced, to keep the fire, and we need the fire to bring in passion. We need the movement, we need the energy. So the two need to work hand in hand. And if you can imagine the two together with a space in between, you would then create air. And the element of air becomes between the two, which enables this movement, this flow, whether it's wind, whether it's gives an essence of air. If you think of it, it's like our mental thoughts. Our mental thoughts can be like air, they come and they go. And it's really about what we choose to allow to land. And, the thoughts that come in, we have many, many thoughts, thousands of thoughts a day, and a lot of them are BS. And it's not your truth. It's not of joy. It's not of love. It's not of peace. And yet we can hold that thought. We give it attention. We give it an energy of emotion. And then that motion creates that energy in motion. You think of emotion, energy in motion. Once we've given an emotional attachment, it plays havoc within our body. It moves through our system. It creates neural pathways. It goes to our organs, and the organs come back through the visceral system, through the vagus nerve to the brain, and go, well, that's my truth, because I can feel it now. I thought it, and now I can feel it, so it must be my truth. And the more we create patterns, especially through fear, the amygdala, the limbic system, seems to attach to fear quite quickly because it's trying to protect us. That's what it's there for, and we need that protection. But we need to be mindful of those thoughts that are there, because when they're deep in our subconscious mind and in our unconscious body from inheritance, from our epigenetics, we look out of ourselves for confirmation for that. We won't even know we're doing it, but we will feel something and we want confirmation of that thought. So the brain will actively go and see something or create something to return what you're believing. It's like a mirroring. So if we're not believing great things about ourselves, that all people are bad, or all men are bad, or can't trust men, and I don't know why I'm bringing men in, but that's, or women aren't a certain way, whatever it is, or I'm not worthy and life is hard, things, you have to work really, really hard to achieve things, or here's a big one, we're hopeless with governance, big one there, the victim energy mode, the victim perpetrator, governance has been going on for thousands of years and has made people feel the victim and hopeless and disempowered. Okay, so there's a real deep energetic ingraining in our systems that has us believe we have no choice. And we always have a choice. It's fear that has us believe that we don't have a choice. And it has somehow kept people very small. And I saw something the other day, and it showed how fleas would, if you put them into a cup with a lid, they bounce. Obviously, it can only jump so high. And then they take the lid off and they didn't come up any higher. And then their offspring wouldn't grow any higher, jump any higher either. So the imprinting, having that suppression, having that lid of blocking them to go to their true potential, not only becomes a pattern and a memory that they continue, it also was inherited through their their offspring. I'm not saying children for fleas, that's not quite the right one. So we need to look at that for ourselves, and somehow we have a ceiling on our power, on our choices, on how we show up in the world, and it's inherited. And we need to start looking at these patterns that block us from stepping up into our true power and our true sovereignty, what we're really here for. So the fire, the water, it's all about, the fire is like igniting something within you, right? Your power, your passion. If there's anger that sits within that, betrayal that sits in there, that fire can burn and smolder if you're not careful, and literally will burn away without the air. Okay, it just smolders and burns away, which is inflammation, which is in our body, which is the root of disease. And if we open our heart and give the air to it and allow that to connect to, we allow the love that sits underneath that anger and that betrayal, that remembering that we are worthy of so much more. And that comes up. And that becomes the fire, the alchemy that is love, to move that betrayal and that anger through. And let that fire burn as long as it needs to, but it can't continue all the time, because it will literally just frazzle everything. It's like a forest fire. You want it to move the debris away so new growth can come through, but if it continues to burn, then there will be nothing left. So you've got to think about anger, betrayal, all these aspects in ourselves. When we don't give ourselves the ability to forgive and to let go, we can burn ourselves out and we become ill, diseased, okay? So the water that then comes in is about stopping that excessive fire that comes from fear, and only balances it in that it comes from love. So it's like a checking in on itself, and that then enables all that was the debris to go into the earth, to become the nutrients, to allow new growth, rebirth. Okay, this is the phoenix of the ashes. This is what we are doing, and as being a full moon, it's perfect for forgiveness. And it's not forgiving to forget. That's the key. We cannot forget, because when we forget, we allow the pattern to continue. But we hold, we remember to ensure it doesn't happen again, not to act in return with our own wounds. So I've written something here and I just want to share that with you. So bear with. Don't know how to do that wink, but there we are. So just close your eyes if you wish. I just invite you. Bring your hands to your heart and just allow whatever comes to you to come to you in the way it is. Just so set the intention that these words will come to you in a way that will heal you to your highest and greatest good with ease and grace, okay? Never rush your healing. Doesn't do you any favors. This is all about your central nervous system feeling safe to be able to let go, okay? We remember not to hate and to return with our wounds in response. We remember to never forget the atrocities and shadows of humanity, to never forget the depths upon which we have fallen and can fall again. Remember to feel the pain, the grief, the anguish, the hurt, and the betrayal. We remember to allow the fire of love for self to burn away the debris, the dead, the unserving, of what has served us to remember, our depth of shadow and light, for both are the same. Neither exists without each other. Both are a paradox of being. We remember to feel the fire, the burn of fear and separation, to unearth what lays deep to our core, our being, that is love and self-worth. Thus remember to burn, to extinguish and return to earth, the ashes of alchemy, to rebirth, to renew, a greater, stronger way of being. The shadows are the nutrients of our earth that enables our growth. To remember where we have been, where we have come from, and where we may return lest we forget. Thus we remember our wounds, our hurt, to remember our love. Yet we do not respond in fear in which created the wounds. We respond with the fire and the passion in our heart and our groin, to never see, feel, or be the fear or separation again. We become our own warriors of light, for we have chosen the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the alchemy of humanity and self, to find peace in acceptance of the unacceptable. And so it is. So just sit with that, my beautiful peeps, and just breathe and allow whatever needs to come up for you, like I say, with ease and grace, and ultimately find that inner peace. All right, so lots of love and take it easy.